The Jeffrey Epstein files have created political earthquakes world over, and now the Indian Parliament has started talking about it. Yesterday, we saw Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, in fact, also address a press conference. We have the minister right here with us. Mr. Puri, thank you for speaking to India today. You dismissed Rahul Gandhi's words on the floor of the House through a press conference outside that it is buffoonery and smear campaign. Why are you calling it buffoonery?
First of all, I'm glad that you are choosing the word correctly. I did not call him a buffoon. I said his performance indicated elements of buffoonery. Yesterday's performance in Parliament of Mr. Gandhi raises two fundamental questions. Mr. Gandhi should realize, even though he is labeled as a young leader, that the essence of freedom of speech, the essence of democracy, which is anchored in Parliament, in representing the people, lies in participation. If you want to raise an issue, you must do your research and raise the issue and let the other side respond. Now, what he does is he practices something called politics by innuendo. Earlier, I used to say he shoots and scoots. He says something and then he runs away. Yesterday's performance in Parliament was precisely that. What he did was, he was speaking in jiu-jitsu or martial arts language, and he was bending forward to see what a grip in one of these martial arts is. Then he said, because of factors which happened 10, 15 years ago, the Indian state system has surrendered to the Americans on the trade deal. And then he went on to make bizarre allegations that we've lost out on data, we've lost out on farmers, or everybody's lost out, etc. In there was a passing reference. Since I got an opportunity, and I thank him wholeheartedly for mentioning me that I had perhaps some association with that person, I want to remind you that on 26th of November, which was Samvidhan Divas, the man walked up to me in the central hall of the old Parliament building and winked. Not once, twice. I didn't quite realize what he was doing. Then I said, yes, name is in interesting places. Your name is in interesting places. I said, you mean that? I said, would you like me to send you a note? He said, yes. So I sent him a note explaining precisely that. Now, those facts were known. I brought that out in the press conference. But what has happened as a result is, he is greatly diminished now. Because if I were to turn around and say, there is something in the fact, there is something very basic. There is something called criminal wrongdoing. There are files which the FBI has on the victims of those crimes who are now seeking justice. And then there are 3 million other emails. Now, in 3 million emails, there are 2 emails which refer to me or were exchanges with me. By the way, I went to the US. I went to New York as ambassador in May of 2009.
That's right.
I was there till 2017. In 8 years, because I was the Secretary General of the Independent Commission, which was a project on the IPI, I met this gentleman 4 times in 8 years.
But what was the need of meeting?
No, hold on. It was part of the ICM work. It's not a question of need. I also met a lot of other people. When I was first secretary in the Indian High Commission in Colombo, I was sent to meet Mr. Prabhakaran, who was a terrorist. What is the need? That's not a question a journalist should ask. If in the course of your work, you meet somebody and what happened there? I'm giving him a lecture. You want me to read from the email? You want me to read from the email? I'm saying I met Reid Hoffman in Los Angeles. And I told him that India provides a great opportunity to invest in. Now, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, after I'd given him that note, if he had just read this, he would not have made a fool of himself. And you are asking what was the need to meet him? I told you I was as part of a project. And you know who the other people who met him were? A former Prime Minister of Australia, the other people who are there. And in that note which I sent him, I told him these are the people. So 1 minute, this story is not about Epstein. This story is about the lack of maturity and the fact that the leader of the opposition, who believes in politics by innuendo and follows a spit and fly thing, hasn't grown up.
But Mr. Puri, in 2008, Jeffrey Epstein had already been convicted of his offense as a sexual offense.
Whoever is doing your research for you,
And
whoever
you
is doing
meet
your
him in
research for you,
2014.
let me tell you, whoever is doing your research for you, tell him to find out in 2008 how many people knew about it. I didn't know him in 2008. I didn't meet him in 2008. I'm again telling you something. He was part of something in the Florida state, okay, where there was a charge for which he got a house sentence, etc. But I can tell you, I didn't know him in 2008. I didn't meet him in 2009. When I first met him in the year of the Lord, I think 2013, and I've put it on record, I was ambushed into going for a meeting with him, along with half a dozen others. And
He has
then he was
served 18 months
by
in
he had
jail.
not. No, first of all, I don't know why you're fixated on your 18 months in jail. It was whatever it is. I condemn that. But point is, did everybody know about it? Did you know the kind of people he was meeting? He was sending a email to the White House General Counsel saying, tell POTUS to come for this meeting. There are a lot of important people here. Was he meeting important people or not? I'm not important, but I just one of the people. I used to meet 900 people in a year when I was ambassador, or I met later. So please, I think it is also good for you to get a perspective that when I met him, I did not meet him because I wanted to meet him. And by the way, the second email says he's telling Terje Rod Larsen, the president of the IPI, was famous for the Oslo Accords. He's telling him two-faced ? And that guy says, if you meet an Indian and a snake, kill the Indian first. So that is my association.
But you certainly felt the need to clarify through a press conference.
I did, because Mr. Gandhi needed education. I did not need to clarify. So far, it's been going on for a while. 3 million emails get put out 3 months ago. This note I sent him was 26th November. Today, whole month of December, whole month of January, 2.5 months ago, I sent him the note. But he chose to play politics by innuendo. So I decided to give him the treatment.
But because you say that this is a smear campaign, does it stop at just responding, or do you plan to take it up legally?
No, first of all, what I plan to do, I will do, and I'm not going to share it with you. My party is already filing a privilege motion against him. I don't know what will be privilege motion. You can turn around and say, why did you hold back so far? Look, I also choose my timing properly. There's innuendo has been going on for a while, but nobody had raised it with me. So one or two journalists like you called me. One called me at 1:30 in the morning. Sir, your name has appeared in this thing. They wrote a story. I said, yeah, please read the email. Oh, you must have known him. I said, known whom? Reid Hoffman. Reid Hoffman is the founder of LinkedIn. And what am I telling Reid Hoffman? Saying that, look, if you want to grow in India, you've got 28 million viewers. Please go by local languages. In Gujarat, even the postgraduate studies are in Gujarati. And then I gave him the example of SoftBank. I said, they have this Japanese telecom and internet giant. They have announced a 10 billion Indian e-commerce investment. And one company has already got, Snapdeal has already got 600 million. So is this what is wrong? I mean, I was not even a government's official. I had already retired as ambassador.
So as a private citizen, you meet him?
As a private citizen, I'm meeting somebody. I meet you, give you your advice. I mean, if something goes wrong with you tomorrow, am I going to be held for that advice I give you? I'm saying this is an investing opportunity.
But as a private citizen, as part of a delegation, that's what you've said, of the Independent Commission on Multilateralism, is when you met him.
I have told you that in 8 years, 4 meetings, and because I was the Secretary General of the Independent Commission. And by the way, this Independent Commission had 16 thematic subjects. They did retreat. They had some of the most respectable people in the world. I mean, Jose Ramos Horta was on the ICM. He's a president of Timor-Leste.
So you never had one-on-one meeting with Epstein?
Again, I'm telling you, the only meetings I had was when I am discussing this issue with him. When this email goes to him. So please, if you go through the record, there's no issue here. What we need to do here is a scrutiny of the people who are bringing up. I've seen other emails, very interesting email. Somebody saying so-and-so's son is getting married somewhere. You are invited. I mean, is that person? They're making references to, so-and-so is on board, etc. But that person has nothing to do with it. Is there any reference? I made an open challenge yesterday. 3 million emails. And by the way, you know what is happening? I think you're a victim of that. What they are doing is, if somebody told me, don't have an interview with any press person today. Why? They will take a 10 seconds clip out of that, then AI generate a controversy on that. So what you are answering is that I clarified yesterday, somebody said, I think that the journalist asked me, in 2008, how much was known? I said, obviously it was not known. Because in 2008, which is good 5 years before I met him, after that, the whole world was meeting him, heads of state, government.
But by 2014, when you met him, things were known about him.
No, this was
he had served 18 months in jail.
Oh, by that fact that you served 18 months in jail may be known to you now because somebody has pointed it out to you. In 2014, let me tell you, when I met him on 13 or 14, I knew he was controversial. He was controversial. That's why when I went for my first meeting, I asked Terry Rod Larson, my boss, where is this thing you are taking the chairman and me to? He said, I won't give you the address, you'll find out. I said, why? How will I reach there? He said, Anna, the driver, will bring you there. So I asked Anna, she gave me the address, we Googled. Kevin and I had a discussion, should we go or not? And we said, well, it's a part of an ICM delegation, we'll go. Look, this is as clear as it can be. I said yesterday we were ambushed. Now, why did you meet him? Why did you do that? Listen, the whole world was meeting him and that in 2014, 15. It's only later, and the minute we knew what was happening, we cut ourselves off. And the interesting thing is, after this email, which I'm talking to you about, you have that other email about snake and Indians, etc. By the way, no, I was not the only one in IPI. A lot of people got distanced themselves. And because he was a friend of the president of the IPI, he was not a friend of mine. You understand? Now, you work for some news outfit. Your owners may have some political problem somewhere, etc. They may have some case somewhere. Are you responsible for that?
Mr. Puri, besides Rahul Gandhi speaking on the floor of the House, this issue has been there on the social media. A number of your political opponents had been raising questions regarding that. Why didn't you speak about it earlier?
Name them.
You know about it.
No, tell me.
TMC MPs and others.
No, I'll tell you about the TMC MP. I'm glad you raised it about the TMC MP. I was looking for it and I thank you very much. The TMC MP raised it in the context of that I was pimping. This is the word, pimping for somebody. All right? If she had read this issue, this email, is this a person who's working for India and Indian interest, or is this a pimping email? Pimp is a word used in the context of, sexual transactions. Pimp is the intermediary. Okay? And you quote that MP to me. I mean, I'm amazed at the level of journalism you are coming down to. And tell me anyone else. And by the way, at that stage, I did not have to reply because she's carrying out an attack against the government. Same time she's tweeting against the Prime Minister, against this, against that. I mean, look, I don't want to say anything. The ethics committee said she gave her handle for asking questions. And why? Because no one on our staff spoke English. And therefore it had to be given to someone. I'm not getting into all that. I know what kind of questions were asked, etc. Listen, so I am very clear that issues were raised in terms of personal queries to me. And they were raised, I'll give you the names of the journalists, and I answered them. And one of them wrote a story, which I think was a very fair story. Another one who didn't write a story, and now you're making it an issue.
So TMC,
and by the way, I thought this press conference was about Rahul Gandhi and the state of Indian politics. But what channel are you working in for now, by the way?
India Today.
Oh, India Today. So I have an interest in Epstein. So I'll be very happy to.
TMC MP Mahua Mohitra, in fact, when she posted on 3rd of February, she said that you had called her to delete the tweet, telling me if people come after me, now he won't be able to help it.
Let me tell you something.
This is about deleting some tweets.
Let me tell you something. I have known Mahua Mohitra very well. I have known her over the years. I only called her, and somebody said it was maybe a mistake to call her. Not at all. I'm very proud of the fact I called her. I only called her to ask her one question. Did you read the email in question? And she was going, sir. I said, look, don't sir me. I have a name. I've known you very well. Okay? So I said, if you have read the email and still posted it, all I can say is I'm disappointed. That's all. Now, you, as a journalist, your channel, as a national channel, you have a choice of either accepting this or not.
But do you regret meeting Epstein?
Now, yeah, this is a nonsensical question. I did not meet him of my own volition. I went to him as part of my work.
Even when?
No. Where is it?
Even when you were meeting him as part of a delegation.
I went as part of a delegation. I have met half a dozen people with whom I would not be in a room with. I met a terrorist called Velupillai Prabhakaran, who was responsible. Did I meet him on my volition? I was sent there. And then when I'm sent there, this is what I do. I give them a lecture on what they can do for India and what India can do for them.
Since you certainly feel that this needed a clarification.
I've done the clarification. And
let's come to your press conference again. Since this is about Rahul Gandhi raising it on the floor of the House, and you say that he had warned through some winking that some papers are
I
there.
had given him a paper, he could have read it. But today I was sitting.
When was this? When did you?
November 2025.
You sent a note to Rahul Gandhi.
Yes, because he winked at me and he said, your name is an interesting place. Your name is an interesting place. So I said, would you like to know what it is? So I sent him a note. And in that note, I gave exactly what I'm telling you now. And I thought the story was over. But if he had read my note and he still wants to do politics by innuendo, he can be my guest. Otherwise, you see, some people don't grow up. I've been watching this young leader for a long time. In the civil service, I don't know how much you know about the civil service. We have a rule. It's called Rule 56J. That if after the age of 50, if somebody doesn't perform, you don't compulsorily retire him. You give him an option of voluntary retirement. Here is a guy who's leading one of the all-time historical political parties, which was the instrument of India's political freedom. They worked a lot. Annie Besant and other the big leaders who founded it. He has not grown up. Now, today, that thing has changed. When he decides to do this, this kind of politics by innuendo, people are going after him. I have always said that the essence of freedom of speech, the essence of democracy, the essence of parliamentary participation is in taking part in a discussion, not by spit and fly. Now, what has happened here clearly is that he goes out a lot. I had the privilege of hosting him in places like Brazil, in Geneva, etc. I'll talk about that at some other time. Just now, and Mahua Moitra, your new friend, I will talk about her some other time.
No, she is your friend.
But she's you. The very fact that you choose to quote her. But let me tell you, Mr. Rahul Gandhi needs to grow up or he needs to step aside. By the way, a large section of my party believes that he's a very good guy to have as a leader of opposition. Because as I said in the opening of my press conference yesterday, there are some leaders who give their lives to Samaj Seva, some leaders who give their lives to transforming the nation, who bring it from a fragile 10th position economy to a 4th position economy in the world, going to 3rd position. And there are others who are always finding fault. The guy got into a sports quota, some admission somewhere, it's all over the place. He goes to some university, he joins politics, he tears up an ordinance in 2013 September. He calls the Indian economy, when the whole world is saying it's growing, he calls it a dead economy. And now, through jiu-jitsu thing, he's talking, that trade deal is one of the best things that has happened to India. Let me explain to you, if you have an interest in trade. India's economy, 50% of it is in GDP is in the external sector, which is the value of goods and services exported and imported and remittances. You need to interact with the outside world. The Prime Minister has inspired 9 such trading agreements. The earlier was with the EU's 27. And as my colleague and friend Kiran Rijiju said, to say that the Prime Minister surrendered, he said in Hindi, koi Maika Lal abhi paida nahi hua who can make that charge against Narendra Modi. And let me tell you another thing. He is jealous that India is doing well. He makes all kinds of nonsensical statements against the armed forces. He goes around waving a copy of the constitution. It had a cellophane cover around it.
No, but why would a leader of opposition be jealous of the growth of the country?
Because he does not believe in the aspirations of the people. Ask him, just compile all the statements he's made in the last 1 year. What is he questioning? He's questioning the rate of growth. He says India is a dead economy. I know some other important person said that, but that could be a negotiating leverage. But Rahul Gandhi subscribed to it. By the way, at the same time, our quarter-on-quarter growth was 8.2%. Previous quarter, 7.8. IMF raised it from 6.6 to 7.3. Are you getting my point? So here is a country which is growing. He mixes apples and oranges. If you want to make something, if you want to make an allegation or something, make it on that subject. Come to the subject and say, all right, this is the interest which has been sold out. Develop it. And Nirmala will give the answer on that. And by the way, I have yet to see, instead of making a substantive response, would that take 10 seconds out of a statement, of a press conference, which was 55 minutes. 10 seconds you take it, then AI generate a falsehood around that.
But Mr. Puri, why do you think that despite you sending a note to Rahul Gandhi in November of 2025, that this is what your version of truth is, he raised it on the floor of the House?
Well, I don't know why he raised it. I was sitting next to a person who was in the Congress party earlier, so he had a good laugh. So when I told him, I sent him a note, he said, yeah, but you should have known, he never reads anything. Well, I don't know whether he reads or not, but I thought, listen, my duty. If you tell me that you want to do a press conference, and I'll tell you roughly what are the issues we're going to discuss, okay? At least if you stick to those issues, you'll have a press conference. If on the other hand, it's an exam in chemistry and you fire questions in medical sciences at me, well, I'll try up to a point to indulge you, and after that the viewer will make a judgment what it is. So okay. Rahul Gandhi is in that happy situation of having done I think, from our point of view, did quite well. I mean, you need periodically, so I said there are two kinds of politics. One, they dedicate their lives to the nation, have no private attachments, no private poverty. I should have said. And the second, who provide entertainment value through streaks of buffoonery periodically.
But do you get this sense that perhaps this allegation, which has been made by Rahul Gandhi, tends to hijack what you want to send as a government with regards to the trade deal?
He is not even, he's linking to, that's saying apples and oranges. He's not even made an allegation against me. He said, his sister, I mean, she's a slightly more effective person. आपके मंत्री का भी मंत्री महोदय का भी नाम आया किस में आया वो criminal wrongdoing में आया है नहीं it's in the other emails and if you had read it naam aana means what. Secondly, I made it absolutely clear at that point. I mean, this was the context. That is what had been made clear to him. By the way, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, when he said that, two of his spokesperson, one is called Shrieking Jain, some Supriya Shinat or something like that, and the other, what they have said, how was Mr. Puri introduced? Arey, us note mein tha, Terry Rod Larson was the president of IPI introduced. This is the allegation against me. And you, as a main senior journalist, are asking me, do you regret? Arey bhai, the question of Rahul Gandhi is who introduced you, and you are taking it into a discussion on wrongdoing. I'd be happy to have that discussion, but on a separate platform.
Okay. My last question to you, since you have chosen to clarify through a press conference, would you have wanted to clarify earlier? When the details came out or in the public domain?
No, there were no details in the public domain. Again, all you had was some people, as I said, let's get our facts right. What was known in 2008, I told you. I did not know him in 2008. When he went 2014, there was a vague thing of he's controversial. That's why we Googled. And I said, I used the word in the press conference, I was ambushed. That's why I didn't go there. But when I go in a delegation and they asked me to have a discussion with Reid Hoffman, I had a discussion with Reid Hoffman. I put it down on paper. And if you read that email, it's about India. It's what's India buying foreign. How has that got to do? Do you regret it? I don't regret meeting Reid Hoffman. Secondly, if I was part of a delegation, you want me to start telling people how many people one is made to do as part of one's official life? This is not even official. I was a private citizen. So when people raise this, I always said, I'm not accountable. If somebody wants to know, let them ask me. So two of your lady journalist friends called me and I told them. One of them wrote a story which I think was very fair. It was in a publication which is totally against us, unlike India Today, which I thought is a neutral channel. The other one was from somebody and she happens to be related to somebody who's been taking pot shots on it. I explained that they kept quiet. So all I'm saying is, please, let's have the, evidence on record. 2008, He serves time. Somebody said, I'm trivializing. Not at all. I don't know. I did not know him in 2008. Then I met him in 2014. He is mildly, people are controversial. So I said, I won't go there. But then you say, let's go there. We are part of a delegation. And that's it.
Okay, so is this the end of this controversy?
Well, I don't know. It's the end of the controversy. Is there something else? It's a question of how much of controversy generating things. This story is over. But some of the others who have, tried to milk it, there will be retribution for them.
Okay, so retribution you're
No, I'm
warning.
not saying the systemic retribution. Yeah, who am I to give? I'm a small person. But if you take a pot shot at me, I will take a pot shot at you at some stage. So that's what I am not doing. I am a law-abiding, hard-working minister, works 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. Thank you very much.
Hardeep Puri, really appreciate your time. Thank you.